this time, I'm going to ask you to fasten your seatbelts.
I had a quick question for y'all. And I want to get some feedback before I go ahead and make, the statement. So basically, I got 3 people, right? And these 3 people individually, maybe there's some tough times going on, or maybe there is no tough times and I'm just really cool with them. And me, I've been, I do what I do, to try to make as much income as possible, whether that's my regular job, taking up an extra job, Lyft, whatever I'm doing. You guys know me. I try to do multiple streams of income. And I see these friends in need, or just, people I'm super cool with that something about me is whenever I discover something, I want to put you on. If I have any piece of information that can help you, I'm going to put you on. If I've ever thrived off of something and I see you trying to do the same thing, I'm giving you all the information. That's just who I am. If I consider you a friend, if I have love for you, I've never been selfish. Never. Right? So let me make this, let me explain this a little bit better. I'm going to use simple math for this, right? So I approach these 3 individuals like, hey, I have things that I do that I use to make income on the side. And I say, hey, if you put money into the pot, depending on how much money you put into the pot, that will determine your percentage, right? So let's do some basic math. Let's say I have $7,000 in a pot, right? Let's just say I have it in a pot. And each of these 3 individuals, they give $1,000, right? Cool. Now the pot is $10,000. So now, if I go and I make a profit, right? Whenever I make profit, what that means, right, for basic math, is that each of those individual people, their money, now the pot is $10,000. So my funds in that pot accounts for 70%. Hence, therefore, when there is profit, I would receive 70% of those profits. Those 3 individuals would receive 10% of the profits because their money represents 10% of the pot that was put in to make the profit in the first place, right? Simple math, right? I'm 70%. Those 3 get 10% each. 70 plus 30, that's 100%, right? Profits. So now, I guess, and a lot of people are always skeptical, and I understand, it's, investing in stuff, people are very skeptical. No one really believes. However, these 3, they know me very well. They know what I've accomplished in life. They know I'm not someone that really plays around. But yet there was still a little hesitation, again, which I understand. And again, I never limited them to what they can put in the pot. That's just what they wanted to put in. So now the profit comes in. Profit comes in, right? We don't need to talk about how much it is, right? But because the profit was what it was, right? And again, all these numbers are skeptical. I know I said 7,000 in the pot, 1,000 each. These are just examples, just for you guys to understand the basic math. We're not going to talk about what the numbers really were. So now, let's say hypothetically, a huge amount of money comes in profits from this, right? This has nothing to do with the money that's in the pot. The money is still in the pot. It still sits there. So a huge amount of the profits come in. It's a beautiful comeback. I take my 70%. I give the 10. I give the 10. I give the 10. Right? And because, there's nothing to really hide, obviously you have to be really transparent. Like, I'm someone that brings documents, receipts. I don't do that funny business crap, right? Hey, this is what was made. Here's your percentage, right? And what they gave in, they made back. However, they made back and then some, right? We don't need to discuss what the and then some, but trust me, it was nice. So, with that being said, some of the individuals, I'm not going to give the number out of the 3, right? Some of those individuals felt like damn, like it's all of that, like you could have I can't get a little more, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't understand. And I'm like, what do you act like? Why would I give you more? Like, I gave you what's owed to you. It's not like I gave you what wasn't owed to you and I still owe you something. I gave you what was owed. And again, and you also have the option to pull out. Whenever you're like, all right, I'm good, I can always give you, what was the numbers? 1,000. I can always give you the 1,000 back. It's not a big deal. Okay. So for me, to even ask a question like that, for me, sounds weird. I'm like, why? Well, because I was like, damn, it was a lot of profit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I said, if you wanted a bigger cut out of the profits, you should have invested more to increase your percentage, right? If you wanted, because again, I never limited them to what they can put in. That's what they elected to do. That's what they, as a group or whatever, as we discussed, they said, all right, let's test it out. But again, because we're all cool for whatever, however our relationships have been created, it's like, but damn, bro, like, what I'm saying? Like, that's not gonna hurt you if you give me a little more. And see, I don't like that. I don't like that entitlement. I don't. I get it. We cool. I love you. Blah blah blah. The fact that I even gave you an opportunity, and it's not like I said this is a one and done deal. I said, look, I hear you, but I put up 70% of what went in. Therefore, that's what my profit is going to be. I understand you were hesitant at first. However, I said, if you want to receive more profits, put more into the pot. Right? For example, I don't know, let's say in my pot, I have $10,000. And I'm like, this is what I do. I make my profits. Obviously, 100% of the profits go to me. If you come to me and you say, hey, yo, I'm giving you 10,000. You are now entitled to 50% of the profit because both of our money combined, right? Does that make sense to everyone? $10,000, I have it. You come in, you give me 10,000. Now you're entitled to 50% of the profit. So whatever I take that 20,000 and I'm going to go and do with it, the profits that come back from that, you are entitled to 50%. Simple, basic. And this was my feedback to individuals, right? Like, hey, like, I don't mind the profit, but you can't receive profit out of the money that I put in. I understand you were hesitant at first, but now, this time, now that you've gotten this profit, because for me, when I receive profits, I just put it right back in the pot, right? So let's give this scenario, right? Now, let's say it's the same numbers. I had 7,000 in a pot. Each of them had 1,000. That's $10,000. They're entitled to 10% each, right? Let's say we made the profits. They took their profits and they ran with it, but they left their 1,000 in the pot. However, I took my profits, right? And I put it back in the pot to add on to the 7,000 that I had on originally, right? So let's do basic math again. Now let's say I decided to put in, I don't know, $5,000, right? I don't know. I'm trying to keep it as basic math as possible. Let's say I took profits and I still wanted to put some money that, I got from work or whatever else I do. I say, and let me invest in more into this pot. So now let's say I put in $10,000 on top of the 7,000 that was in there, right? Now that's 17,000 that I've put in plus their 3,000, right? That accounts for $20,000, right? Out of the $20,000, can anyone tell me what $1,000 represents in terms of percentage? Do we know? No? Nobody? All right. So again, if it was $10,000, that $3,000 would account for 30%. So now that it's, I'm sorry, I'm looking at something while I wait for my food, right? So I have $10,000, their $3,000 accounts for 30% of the account. Now the account is $20,000. What is that? Right? So I'll let you guys do the math. I'm tired of doing math. So I elected, right? And I'm giving out a step. I elected. Those aren't the exact numbers. We don't need to discuss what the numbers were. Again, I'm just trying to do basic math for you guys. Now, again, profits come in. However, now the profit margin, right, is now 90% me, 10% them, which means each of them individually is going to receive 3.33%, right? Which obviously all three totals up to 9.99% or whatever, right? The closest round to 10%. So of course, because now I've received 90%, right? Because the first time anything was mentioned, I didn't say anything. I didn't care. So now I'm the one that decided, oh, I'm going to invest more. They made the decision not to, just to keep it the same. That's great. I make 90%. They make 10% as a group of three. Me as an individual, I got 90%. As again, I'm very transparent. Here's the paperwork, the receipts. Look, this is what I did. Here's what came in. I'm not gonna lower the number to make it look like we didn't make much. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it was. Again, I'm an honest person. Now again, because the pot grew so much because of my contribution, right? Their percentages, although their percent no longer counts for 10% and now counts for the 3.333%, at the end of the day, they made more because more was invested, right? But what I said they made more. Excuse me. They made less. That didn't make sense. They made less because, yes, what you invested before counted for 10% of what was in the pot. Now what you have in the pot, the same amount, nothing changed about your initial investment. It's now worth 3.3%. Now, if you wanted to go back up to 10%, you wanted to jump up to 20%, you want to do whatever, you know what's in the pot. Add to the pot. So that way you go, my money accounts for 20% of what's in the pot right now before it's going to be, sent to create profit. No one wanted to do that. I don't know if it's scared to take risk, whatever it is. I don't, I'm not one to judge you. I always tell people, take your time, pace, do your research. But again, this is me. I do shit straight. So now, second conversation comes up again. Like, yo, that's a lot of, come on, bro. Like, I can't get the same 10%. Why? Why would you get the same 10% profit when the money that you put in no longer accounts for 10%? Which means I'm making the bigger investment, which means that I'm taking the bigger profit. It's what's owed to me. If you want to receive more, then put more in the pot. All this profit that you're making, just reinvest it. Put it back in the pot. You get your paycheck from work? Yo, here, add this to the pot. Simple. If I had $100,000 in my account, let's just say that I had $100,000 and you invested $1,000, right? I'm sorry, let's say I had 99,000, you gave the 1,000, now I have 100,000. When I make profits, your percentage of the profits is 1%. Like, And when I go and, and I explain all of this very thoroughly, very slowly, not in an offensive manner, just, explaining why it is what it is. This is what it is. It's the, oh, but bro, you don't need that. Come on, bro. Like that's mad bread. Like you could, come on, bro. You won't miss that extra money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta make it right back. Why? I don't get it. So you wanna earn profits off of what I'm putting in. You have already earned your profits for what you put in, but now you want a piece of my pie because we're cool, because I have love for you. Look, what I'm coming to understand in today, what's today, October 10th or something, man? I don't know. I go through my life a lot, and I'm always looking out. Always looking out. No matter who you are, just always looking out. It's always, I believe in good karma. I believe if God has blessed me with anything, I should pass it forward. I should try to assist. If you show me nothing but love, and I believe it to be that, it'll be reciprocated. You hold me down, I hold you down. Or if I hold you down, I do expect you to hold me down. Right? That's just how I am. But it's coming to a point, right? And again, I'm on the phone this morning, having these conversations, and I'm just like, you can't be serious. This is the second time. I've already explained it the first time. You still elected not to invest anything else. Yet you're sitting here in your feelings, upset, trying to make me feel guilty. The fact that I even gave you the opportunity, I could have kept this opportunity to myself. I could have just did what I did in silence and kept on doing what I'm doing until, until I become extremely successful. But I decided to bring you in on that. That within itself, a lot of people's not going to do that. They could be your friends, your family members. You could call them whatever the hell you want. There's a lot of them that have opportunities, and they can share those opportunities, and it's not like them sharing the opportunity is going to get into their pocket. But they don't want to do that because, right, for our culture at least, I want to say it's like a crabs in a barrel mentality. Like nah, I'm going to eat by myself. I don't operate like that. Now, if I've ever done something for anybody and you've done nothing for me, that's great. Trust me, by now I've probably noticed it, and you'll notice that I've distanced myself. But I always give the opportunity for dialogue. And the 2 times that we've had dialogue about this pot, you've elected to make a decision. And now, because we're friends, because I have love for you, you're expecting me to give you more. Why not, let me match you. Let's go in as 50-50. Let's do this. Let's why is it not that energy? I'm just starting to come to the conclusion in my life where maybe I do too much. Maybe I do a little too much. Maybe that's what it is, because when things happen like this, it delivers a really harsh blow because it's all good intentions from me. The reason why it's a hard blow is because, I find out about all the bickering in the background, and I'm like, really? Like, these are the conversations that are being had in the background. Other people not even involved in the situation. So now you're like including people, involving people in our business that I didn't, say to share with everyone. It's starting to get to a point where it's like, am I too cool of a person? Am I too giving? Is this the reason why the crabs in the barrel mentality exists in the first place? Is this why you can't break bread with everybody? Because not everybody. Is this why you can't live the way that you live with everybody, because it may not be reciprocated. Because when it's not, I don't know. But I wanted to give this nice little thorough thing. I'm already at 20 minutes right now. But let me know. Is it something that, am I tripping? And of course, I speak to the close ones in my life, my wife, some family members, and they're like, yo, bro, you're too fucking generous. You're too fucking kind. Not everyone deserves that. Not everyone deserves that generosity, that kindness, the gestures. And I realize I have a ton of friends, but I'm starting to realize in that whole group of friends, family members, you guys too, it's unfortunate that only really a small percentage of you are willing to do what I do. To give the gestures, to give, to give the opportunities, to, you get what I'm saying? And again, I believe in karma. I don't believe, and here's the thing too that's very important before I go, I don't believe in changing myself. There's nothing wrong with the way that I am. However, if you are making the decision to be the opposite, to receive all these benefits, but not to give anything back, not to put in the same energy, not to put in the same effort, I'm just going to distance myself. So with that being said, obviously the pot, I said, hey, look, your initial investment that now represents 3.3%. Here it is. You can take that back now and you go and try to make profit off of that. Right? Send all the money back, quick pay. Here you go. Zelle, excuse me. Now I just work by myself. It's not to say that no one else can get the opportunity, but unfortunately, I had to learn that those just weren't the people to give the opportunities to. Right? And going forward for me, yeah, we're still cool, right? There's nothing, I don't hate their guts. That's petty shit. However, I know where you stand on the meter or on the ladder or whatever level of friendship or love or whatever it is. I know where to place you now. You ever notice when someone becomes like super, super rich, you become a celebrity, whatever it is, and then they take a certain group. They have thousands of friends, but for some reason there's like 5 or 6 that are the only ones that say, hey, come with me. I get it now. I never understood that. Like, if you had 20 great friends your whole life, you become successful, why not take all 20 with you? I'm not saying just give them a freebie, but they can be doing something to help, build the brand. I get it now. I get it. And I guess what I need to learn is it's not for everybody. And I get that now. And I think moving forward, I do that with everyone. The energy you give me is what I'm going to have to give you. I can no longer be concerned about anything else. I can't change myself. I won't change myself. But once you show me what I'm willing to give you, you're not willing to give me, well, I just distance myself. You'll no longer receive that part of me. So therefore, when the situation happens, I'm not disappointed. I'm not bothered by it. Yeah, I'm a guy. Yes, you could say it's emotional, whatever. I'm just saying what it is. Don't try to make me feel guilty for helping you out. I don't get it. You want to get to where I'm getting, you want the profit that I'm getting, put in the money. Put it in there. Simple. That's what I did. That's how I started. Just kept on putting the profit back in. But I guess everybody wants a handout. Nobody really wants to put in the work. That's all. But I leave it with that. That's my episode for the week. And I'll catch you guys next time. 1.